Ever wondered how to transform your plain old VS Code into something that looks completely unique? Well, get ready to see how we take a standard theme and turn it into something cool. Recently, we've been receiving lots of questions about the VS Code theme and the programming font we are using in our videos, so we thought, why not make a video where we share it all with you. In this video, we're showcasing our top 10 favorite VS Code themes, top 10 programming fonts that can take your coding experience to the next level. And here is the most exciting part. We're going to show you how to create your very own custom VS Code theme. So stick around till the end because you will not want to miss any of this. Welcome back to our YouTube channel Code and Create. My name is George and I run this channel together with my friend Lasha. We've been teaching web development for several years on various platforms, and we are incredibly proud to have taught more than 100,000 students around the world. Our goal has always been to share knowledge and inspire people to create amazing projects. If you enjoy this kind of content, we'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our new videos. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Now, let's dive into the first part of this video, our top 10 favorite VS Code themes. The first theme is Blue Loco, a clean and modern theme with a sleek color palette that mixes dark backgrounds with vibrant, well-contrasted colors. It is great for developers who want their code to look sharp and well-organized. The theme does a fantastic job highlighting different syntax elements with bold and clear colors, making it easy to differentiate variables, functions, and tags at a glance. The second theme is Cat Puccin, a warm and inviting theme with a unique mix of pastel colors and a dark background. It stands out for its smooth and soft color tones, creating a cozy coding experience. The theme uses subtle greens, blues, and purples to differentiate syntax elements, making your code easy to follow while maintaining an aesthetically pleasing look. The next theme is An Old Hope, a retro-style theme that combines soft blues and yellows on a dark background. It is designed to be easy on the eyes, making it perfect for long coding sessions without causing strain. The colors are nicely balanced, highlighting your code clearly while keeping the overall look clean and professional. The next theme is One Monokai, a modern take on the classic Monokai theme. It features a balanced mix of dark grays and vibrant accent colors like yellows, reds, and blues. This theme is perfect for developers who prefer bold, clear contrasts to quickly identify different parts of their code. Its warm tones give it a sleek and professional look, while the syntax highlighting ensures excellent readability. The next theme is Noctis, a sophisticated and modern theme with deep teal and green tones, paired with pops of orange and yellow for contrast. It has a calming, cool vibe that's perfect for developers who want a clean yet stylish coding environment. The syntax highlighting is thoughtfully designed, making it easy to spot different elements like keywords and variables at a glance. Next up is Shades of Purple, a bold and vibrant theme that stands out with its deep purples and bright neon accents. It is perfect for those who love a high contrast, energetic vibe in their coding environment. The theme is great at highlighting different syntax elements with clear and vivid colors, making it easy to navigate and understand your code. Next up is One Dark Pro, a widely loved theme known for its clean and professional look. It uses dark grays with subtle, vibrant accents of blue, green, and red for syntax highlighting. The theme is excellent for maintaining focus, offering high readability without overwhelming the screen with too many bright colors. It is a reliable choice for developers who prefer a straightforward yet polished appearance. Next up is Synthwave 84. It brings the retro, futuristic vibes of the 1920s straight into your editor. This theme features bold neon accents like pinks, oranges, and purples on a dark background, making it perfect for anyone who loves a vibrant and nostalgic aesthetic. The high contrast colors make syntax highlighting pop, so your code remains easy to read, even with its flashy style. The next theme is Monokai Pro, a refined version of the classic Monokai theme, offering a more modern and balanced color palette. With soft dark backgrounds and warm accents like yellows, oranges, and reds, it creates a comfortable and visually appealing coding environment. The syntax highlighting is clear and precise, making it easy to spot key elements in your code. The last theme is Cobalt 2, a bold and distinctive choice with deep blue backgrounds and vibrant green, yellow, and red accents. It is perfect for developers who want a bright and energetic look in their editor without losing clarity. The contrast between the dark base and vivid syntax colors makes it easy to spot functions, variables, and other key elements. Cobalt 2 has a unique personality, making your workspace feel dynamic and lively. Now that we have explored our top 10 favorite VS Code themes and seen how they can transform your coding environment, it's time to talk about something just as important: programming fonts. So let's dive into our top 10 favorite programming fonts that not only look great but are designed to enhance your coding experience. The first font is Cascadia Code. It is a modern, monospaced font designed specifically for developers. It features clean and clear characters, making it easy to read code for long periods. One standout feature is its support for ligatures, which merge common multi-character combinations into stylish symbols, improving the overall aesthetics of your code. If you're looking for a professional yet visually appealing font, Cascadia Code is an excellent choice to enhance your coding experience. The second font is Operator Pro. It is a monospaced font designed with developers in mind. Its elegant and slightly rounded characters provide a polished and modern look to your code. One of its standout features is its carefully crafted ligatures. This font excels in readability, making it ideal for both light and dark themes. If you value style and precision in your coding setup, Operator Pro is a fantastic choice to elevate your workspace. Next up is Fantasque Sans Mono. It is a playful and unique font that adds a bit of personality to your coding environment. Its rounded and slightly quirky characters make it stand out from more traditional monospaced fonts. Despite its font design, it maintains excellent readability, making it great for long coding sessions. Next up is Cartograph CF. It is a beautifully crafted monospaced font that balances style and readability. With its clean and geometric design, it offers a polished and professional look for your code. The characters are well proportioned, making it easy to distinguish between similar looking symbols like O and 0 or I and 1. It does not include ligatures, keeping the focus on simplicity and clarity. The next font is Ubuntu Mono. It is a sleek and modern monospaced font designed for readability and style. Its slightly curved characters and clean design make it a great choice for coding, especially during long sessions. The font has excellent character spacing, making your code look well organized and easy to follow. If you're looking for a reliable font with a touch of elegance, Ubuntu Mono is a solid option to consider. Next up is Anonymous Pro. It is a simple and clear font that's perfect for coding, especially if you like a clean and organized look. Its compact design makes it easy to read, even when you have a lot of code on the screen. The balanced spacing ensures that every character is clear and easy to distinguish, which helps avoid mistakes while coding. It does not include any fancy styles, focusing entirely on functionality and readability. The next font is Lotion. It is a smooth and highly readable font that brings a fresh and clean look to your code editor. Its evenly spaced characters and rounded edges create a comfortable and relaxed coding experience. The font is designed to reduce eye strain, making it a great option for long programming sessions. If you're looking for a simple, modern font that's easy on the eyes, Lotion is an excellent choice to keep your workspace tidy and visually appealing. Next up is Inconsolata. It stands out with its smooth and elegant design, offering a perfect mix of style and readability for developers. The font has slightly wider spacing, which helps make each character distinct and reduces visual clutter. Its clean lines and sharp curves give it a modern feel, making it suitable for long coding sessions. If you're looking for a font that combines aesthetics with functionality, Inconsolata is a great pick. The next font is Julia Mono. It is a versatile and modern font designed with developers in mind. It features sleek, narrow characters that are easy to read and help maximize screen space, making it ideal for working with larger code bases. The font's subtle design details, like clean curves and distinct symbols, enhance clarity while maintaining a professional look. If you want a font that balances space efficiency with excellent readability, Julia Mono is a smart and stylish choice. The last font is SomeType Mono. It is a balanced and modern mono-spaced font designed for a clean coding experience. Its slightly rounded characters give it a friendly and approachable look, making your code feel less rigid while maintaining clarity. The font is highly readable, with consistent spacing that makes it easy to scan through lines of code. It works beautifully in both dark and light themes. Now that we've shared our top 10 favorite programming fonts to pair with your favorite VS Code themes, it's time to move on to the most exciting part of this video: creating your very own custom theme. This is where the real magic happens, as we will show you how to make your VS Code truly unique and tailored to your style. So let's dive right in. Before we get started, we need to prepare a few things. First, let's create a new folder on your computer. Let's call it Custom Theme. Next, let's open this folder in VS Code and create a new file named theme.css. Now, since creating a theme entirely from scratch can be time-consuming, we're going to start with a pre-existing theme as a base. Don't worry, we'll customize it heavily to make it completely our own. For this video, I'm using the Noctis theme. You can install any theme you like from the VS Code Extensions Marketplace, but for now, let's keep it simple. If you don't have this theme right now, then open VS Code, go to the Extensions tab, search for Noctis, install the theme, and set it as your default by selecting Set Color Theme. Now, since we have the starting point, let's move on to the fun part: embedding our custom CSS into VS Code. To customize VS Code, we need an extension called Custom CSS and JS Loader. Go to the Extensions tab and search for Custom CSS and JS Loader. Install the extension. Once it is installed, open your VS Code settings. To do this, click the gear icon at the bottom left and select Settings. Then click the small file icon in the top right corner of the settings window. This will open the settings.json file, where we will configure the loader. Let's add the following line to your settings.json file: VSCode _custom _CSS .imports. Now here we have to insert the full path of the theme.css file we created earlier. To find the path of the file, simply right-click on the theme.css file in your file explorer and select Copy as Path on Windows or Get Info and copy the path on Mac OS. Once you have the path, insert it in this settings.json file. Now, remember to use the correct format by adding file, 3 forward slashes at the beginning and replacing backslashes with forward slashes. After entering the path, you can check if it is correct by pressing Ctrl or Alt on Windows and CMD on Mac and clicking on the path in the settings.json file. If it opens the theme.css file, you're all set. If it doesn't, then double check the path for typos or missing parts. Now that we've set up our custom CSS file, it's time to dive into the fun part, exploring the inner workings of VS Code to customize it further. For this, we will need to open the toggle developer tools. For that, first we need to open Command Palette. To open the Command Palette, which is the gateway to most of the VS Code's powerful features, you can do it in two ways. The first way is by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus Shift plus P on Windows or CMD plus Shift plus P on Mac. If you prefer using the menu, click on View in the top menu bar and then select Command Palette. Either way, a search bar will appear at the top of your screen. In the Command Palette, type Toggle Developer Tools and select it from the list. This will open a new panel. Think of this as the VS Code equivalent of the developer tools you might use when working on a web page. It is a powerful tool that lets us inspect the internal structure of VS Code. We can use it to identify classes and styles applied to various elements in the interface. By doing this, we can pinpoint exactly what we want to customize in our theme. Before we start customizing, let me quickly switch the developer tools to dark mode because I prefer working with a darker interface. It is easier on the eyes, especially during long coding sessions. In order to do this, click on Settings and then choose Dark. Also, I'm going to zoom in it slightly. Now, let's take another step in our customization journey. To make our work more dynamic and interactive, we're going to create 3 essential files for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This will serve as a playground where we can apply and test our customizations. First, in your custom theme folder, create these 3 files. If you're unsure how to create a new file in VS Code, simply right-click inside the Explorer panel on the left, select New File, and name them one by one. The first one is index.html. Then we need style.css and script.js. Next, it is a good idea to put some basic code into these files to get started. Don't worry too much about what the code does, it doesn't matter for this setup. Now, instead of writing the code from scratch, I've already prepared some code for all 3 files, and I'll simply copy and paste them into each file. You can do the same, use any code snippets you have for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The content doesn't matter for this setup, it's just to give us something to work with. Alright, now let's dive into something really cool. In the VS Code developer tools, you will notice a small arrow icon at the top left of the developer tools panel. This is the element selector tool, and it allows us to select specific elements in the code to inspect their styles. So, let's go ahead and click on this arrow, then hover over and select the tag name in your HTML code. Once you do that, you will see something interesting appear in the developer tools. It shows the details of the selected element. As you can see, the class name for the tag name element is displayed here, and in this case it is called MTK8. Along with the class name, you can see the color applied to it. Now let's try something fun. Change the color style, let's say red. Instantly, you will see that all the tag names in your code turn red. Pretty cool, right? But here is the catch. This is just a temporary change. The moment you reload VS Code, all the customizations will disappear and the default styles will be restored. So how do we make these changes permanent? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to show you very soon, so stick with me. Now let's have some fun with styles again. This time we'll select the tag name element once more, just like we did before. But instead of changing the color property this time, I'm going to leave it as it is. Because we're about to create something much more exciting, a beautiful gradient effect using a few clever CSS properties. So let's start by adding a new property, background image. It allows us to create a gradient that smoothly transitions between 2 vibrant colors. I've already prepared the styles in my text document, and I'll walk you through applying them step by step. So we add here background image, and then we add the gradient itself. So this linear gradient function will give the text a dynamic and modern look by blending two colors seamlessly. Right now, the background of the text is changed. So next we use WebKit text fill color, and we set it to transparent. This ensures that the actual text color is no longer visible, allowing the gradient to shine through. Then comes the magic. Background clip text. This property ensures that the gradient applies only to the text and doesn't spill over onto the background. Finally, we make the text bold and prominent by setting font weight to 800. So once these properties are applied, the text transforms into a sleek gradient field design that's bound to grab attention. Now, what I'm going to do is copy these styles and paste them in our theme.css file. Alright, let's move on to styling the attributes now. Just like before, we will use the selector tool to highlight and select the attributes in our code. Once selected, you will notice that the class name for this element is mtk7. Let's go ahead and give it a fresh custom look. For this, we're going to apply the same gradient effect we used earlier. Let's start by adding the background image property with a beautiful gradient. Next, we will use WebKit text fill color and set it to transparent. Then again, we will apply background clip with the value text, which restricts the gradient to the text itself, keeping everything else neat and clean. And just like before, we'll make the text bold with font weight 800. Once applied, this will make the attributes pop with a stunning gradient effect. I'm going to store these styles again in the theme.css file. Now let's move on to styling the values of the attributes. Using the selector tool again, we will highlight and select one of these values. You will notice that the class name for this element is mtk9. This means we can now dive in and customize it to match the overall theme. To keep things consistent but still visually appealing, we will apply similar styles. First, we will add a background image property with a new gradient that blends beautifully from green to aqua. Then, just like before, we will make the text transparent using WebKit text fill color and ensure the gradient is clipped to the text with background clip text. Finally, we will add font weight 800 to give the values a bold and clear appearance. Okay, so with these styles applied, the attribute values will now look sleek and modern, perfectly complementing the rest of the design. Let's copy again the styles and include them in the theme.css file. Lastly, let's focus on customizing the content of the elements, essentially the text inside the tags in our HTML file. To do this, we will once again use the selector tool in the VS Code developer tools. You'll see that the class name assigned to this content is mtk1. Now that we have the right class, it's time to style it. Let's make the text stand out in a way that's both bold and elegant. First, we will set the color to a soft, neutral EEE, giving the text a clean and professional look. To emphasize it further, we will apply font weight 800, making it bold and eye-catching. And finally, we will add font style italic to give the text a touch of personality and flair. Finally, let's copy these styles and paste them in the theme.css file. Alright, so we are done with the HTML documents. Now let's dive into the style.css file and start customizing some of the visual elements. This includes properties, values, and even pseudo elements. First, we're going to begin with the properties. To do that, we will use the selector tool again to identify the class name. In this case, the class name is mtk12. Once selected, it is time to give it a fresh look by applying our custom styles. As always, I want to add a beautiful gradient effect that enhances the overall design. So, let's start with the background image property. Next, we will apply WebKit text fill color transparent. To further refine the effect, we add background clip with value text, which again clips the gradient to fit perfectly within the text boundaries. And lastly, we set font weight to 800 to make the text bold and prominent. So, as you can see, we have now a bold and eye-catching properties. Don't forget to store the styles in the theme.css file. Now that we've styled the properties, let's move on to customizing the unit values in our CSS file. Just like before, we will use the selected tool to pinpoint the class name we want to modify. For this case, the class name is mtk11. Once we have it selected, we can give it a sleek gradient-powered upgrade. To start, we will use the background image property with a linear gradient. Next, we will apply WebKit text fill color transparent. Next, we use background clip text. And finally, to make the text bold, let's use font weight 800. Okay, so the unit values look pretty nice, and now we can include these styles in our theme.css file. The last component in our style.css file that I want to customize are these pseudo elements. To make them stand out, we're going to use the selected tool one more time. After selecting the element, we find that the class name is mtk4. Let's give it a fresh and dynamic look by applying a gradient effect. We'll start with the background image. Next, we need again WebKit text fill color with the value transparent. Then, just like before, we apply background clip text. And finally, we add font weight 800. Let's copy the styles and store them in the CSS file. Alright, so that's it for the CSS file. Now let's move on to the JavaScript file to add our finishing touches. Most of the elements here are already styled, but there is one group of elements that stand out with their brown text, and I want to give them a fresh, vibrant look. We'll start by using the selected tool again to pinpoint these elements. Their class name is mtk5. Now let's transform these elements with some gradient effects. First, we will use the background image with gradient. Next, we will have again WebKit text fill color transparent. And also we need background clip text. Finally, we add font weight 800. As usual, let's store the styles in the CSS file. Alright, now let's finish strong by customizing the top border of the active tab. This is going to be the final touch to our custom theme, and it's going to be dynamic and animated, adding that extra bit of flair. Now, selecting this specific element is a little different from what we've done before. You can't directly select the active tab's border. Instead, you need to start by selecting its parent element using the selector tool. Once selected, head over to the Elements tab in the Developer Tools, expand the parent element, and then locate and click on the child element responsible for the top border. Once you've done that, the correct element is selected and we are ready to style it. Let's start by changing the appearance of the border. We will apply a linear gradient using the background image property. Also, I'm going to increase the height. Right now it is equal to 1 pixel. And I'm going to increase the height to 3 pixels. As you can see, the top border now has a stunning gradient effect, transitioning smoothly between warm yellows, vibrant reds, and cool blues. To create an animation, we will need to use CSS keyframes. But here is an important note. We cannot add keyframes directly in the developer tools. Instead, we will copy these styles into our theme.css file and make the changes there. This way, the animation will work permanently once applied. So, we will add the default style for the border in our theme.css file. We need background size 200% and auto. This property ensures that the gradient spans beyond the visible width of the border. The 200% means the gradient will be twice as wide as the element, allowing it to move seamlessly during the animation. After that, I'm going to create CSS keyframes. The name of the animation is going to be border top anim. Then we need just one step, the final step 2, with background position 200%. So here is what happens. The animation moves the gradient from its starting position to a new position 200% to the right, creating the illusion of a smooth scrolling gradient across the border. Finally, let's apply the animation to the border. We need animation property, followed by the name of the animation. It is border top anim. Then we need 4 seconds, which specifies the duration of the animation cycle. Then we need linear. It ensures the animation moves at a constant speed. And finally, we need infinite, means the animation will loop endlessly. Alright, so the styles are now ready, but for the animation to work and for all the customizations to be applied permanently, we need to use the custom CSS and JS loader extension that we installed earlier. To enable the custom styles, let's open the command palette. If you don't remember, you can open it by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus P or CMD plus Shift plus P on Mac, or by clicking the menu at the top left and selecting View, Command Palette. In the command palette, search for Enable Custom CSS and JS Loader and select it. Next, restart VS Code by clicking the Restart button that appears below. Once it restarts, these styles will be applied permanently, meaning they will persist even if you close and reopen the editor. Now, take a look at the Active tab. The top border not only looks vibrant with its gradient effect, but it also has a beautiful scrolling animation, making it dynamic and visually stunning. So, that's it. Before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to appreciate just how powerful and flexible Visual Studio Code is when it comes to customization. Using the tools and techniques we explored in this video, you can customize anything in VS Code. From modifying existing themes to adding animations, gradients, or unique styles. And it doesn't stop there. You're not limited to themes alone. You can even tweak and style the elements of the editor itself, giving it a completely unique look that fits your personal preferences or workflow. Alright, so that's a wrap for today's video. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell icon so you'll never miss any future uploads. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Which theme or font was your favorite? Are you planning to create your own custom theme? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.